Później.
O Boże. Przypomina Grodzika.
Potem ćwiczenie, bo nie zdążymy. To co, teraz ćwiczenie czwarte. Read sentences and in 1 minute you will listen to a CD player to decide if sentences are true or false. No to słuchajmy. Gotowi jesteście? To słuchamy.
Stop! Stop it! Stop it! Stop this shit! To nie, stop this shit.
Ej! Tam nie mówię,
Które robimy, bo się pogubiłem.
Bardzo. Mogę już spuszczać?
Ale i co, puszczamy true or false?
Tak.
CD2, Unit 11,
Skasowałaś mnie, Patrycja?
Track 33, Listening and Vocabulary, Exercises 3 and 4.
You remember last week's competition on Talk Football? We asked our listeners to suggest a footballer with the worst hairstyle. Well, we've had literally hundreds of emails and letters, so thank you all for writing in. But before I tell you who the winner is, perhaps I should ask the experts in the studio, just why do footballers have such terrible hairstyles? Barry?
Well, you know, it wasn't always like that. I mean, if you look at footballers from the 1960s, well, they just look like everyone else. You know, they look like your dad or your uncle.
And in the early 70s too. I mean, back then men didn't really have any style at all. You remember those big fringes? Men just sort of brushed their hair over their forehead and the fringe usually fell into the players' eyes when they started running.
Who could forget? Okay, so you're both saying that footballers used to look like the rest of us. So when did it change? And why?
I think it was probably in the late 1970s.
Yes, I think you're right. Of course, you have to remember that this was the time that footballers' salaries suddenly went up. You had the first millionaire players in the late 70s. So I suppose they started to be like rock stars. Money, big houses, looking different.
But wait a minute, Barry. You say they started looking like rock stars. Well, the most popular hairstyle for footballers in the late 1970s was the perm. Big, very curly hair. And moustaches. I don't really remember any rock stars that look like that.
Cara, I think you misunderstood me.